Morning guys. Well, Speedfight 2. Usual. But it's not just about a Speedfight, this is any bike. MOTs. For an MOT, you don't actually need lights. You don't even actually have to have the bike running, which is quite mad, isn't it? But if you do want to pass an MOT for a day bike, it has to have lights and they all have to work. And that's not just your back light, your indicators. That's not just your front lights and your indicators and the horn and stuff like that. It's actually something I'm dealing with today. Now you might notice this doesn't look normal. That's because it's over here. This is my test rig. This little light here, can you see that? Little blue one. It's your high beam. Now, although the high beam on the switch has to work and the lights have to alternate and they have to be a certain height as well and a pattern. I've spoke to you about patterns before. I mean, this came with halogen ones. They look really good, but never passed an MOT. So I fitted an ordinary stock pair, and they work. And it's a bit difficult to align the beam. Generally, I'm 5'8", so I generally just put it above my kneecaps, and that's how I'd roughly know, give or take. Most MOT stations will give you, a little bit either way, but they will not let you away with this bloody blue light here. It doesn't work. So the first thing you do is, obviously on the back of these, you'll see there's little bulbs, and they do often go. That's what I thought it was, so I changed it. Didn't work. Changed it, didn't work. Changed it, didn't work. So after about 10 of them, you start thinking, wait a minute. So I knew the indicators worked, so I took that one out, put it in, didn't work. So I'm thinking there's something wrong. So it could have been, obviously, the actual board. So this is my little test rig, I know works 100%. So on the back of this, if I get that out, you'll see these wires here. Now, you are going to need one of these, okay? This is a godsend, really, to be honest with you. You have to have one. Easy, £5–10 on eBay. It's not a biggie, but if you're going to do any electrical work, and they always will come in handy, for indicators, whether the bulb is blown or wire cut. Well, it turns out, after looking at this, and I got a manual, but it was simple enough to trace on here, that it turned out to be this wire here. No power. So, no power to it, and that's going to be a little bit complicated trying to trace where it goes from. So to be honest with you, it's easier. What I'm going to do in a minute is I'll take this off and I'll trace a wire from the high beam and just come up here, cut it and rewire it there. I'll show you in a bit. Right guys, front of the bike's off and it's not hard. Immediately you get hold of the plug, and there is the yellow and blue wire. Okay, goes in here, comes back to connector for here. I've sprayed these up. They looked fine, to be honest with you, but I sprayed them anyway. And the yellow and blue wire goes in here, back in here, and obviously ends and terminates in here. Now, I've sprayed it up, I've cleaned it up, and there's still no power. Okay, use the switch and the high beam, the light's turning off, so it's definitely a fault somewhere in this wiring loom. Now, is it worth me ripping all of that wiring loom apart to try and find where there might be a small nick or something, daft wrong with it? And if you watched on other videos, I've got my Speedfight wiring hell. It's not. So I'm just going to simply get a new bit of wire, same colour if possible. Now I've got loads of looms under here, I think you can see. So I'm going to trace a wire now from here to here and just run it down and see if that works. Have a look, shall we? So always use a connector plug. They're cheap enough on eBay nowadays. The reason why I use a connector plug is because it's water and stuff gets under here rather than electrical tape. Electrical tape's fine if you really want to use it. I've traced the wire up, I'll put it in properly, and I've gone now into the yellow and black wire, which I knew by using my power meter was into the back of the display. I have cut the original wire, okay? Reason being, I didn't want to put power, just connect it to it and put power back down it, because I don't know what the fault is, and that could damage it. So anyway, there we go. I don't need the headlight on, but the bike does need to be started, so let's have a quick look. Put me down there for a second. On an angle will do. And let's see. There you go. Nice and easy on and off. So that's what it was. Whatever happened here with this little bit of wire here, I don't know. Alright. Get use this bloody camera. And yeah, nice and simple fix. and I'm happy to say that now it will not fail the MOT. So anyway guys, I'll put a picture of this bike in a minute on here as well. Turn it off, a bit smoky, but it's starting well. Everything's done on this bike now. So check out my videos guys on other little quick fixes and handy tips, the way to get through them really. But this bike is all done. I shall wash it and do a video of it showing what it looks like when it's all running. So take care guys, bye bye.